Hello, 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 everybody. This is Kathy, and I'm glad you're here. Today I'm here with day 18 of the 100-day challenge, and today I'm making a very easy and quick journal. I'll be traveling in a little bit, so I always like to take a journal with me, and this is what I'm making. So join me if you'd like. Here I go. Okay, what I've already done is I've already made up one signature. And it's going to have kind of a nature theme. Some of the papers are by Louisa Heinzel. And then I have all sorts of things in here. I have some old tea-dyed paper, register, newsprint, bags, envelopes, stuff like that. So I'm going to set that aside for a minute. And then the easy part about this journal is I take an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and this is pretty heavyweight cardstock, and I cut it down to, I didn't cut it down, it's 8.5 by 11. Then I took a piece of cardstock and I cut this to 10 and just about 3/4 by about 8. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of this piece, which will serve as the cover of my journal. And I'm going to stitch around the outside. I'll be right back. Alrighty then, I'm back. And I've stitched around in black thread. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my signature, and I don't have a separate spine. As I said, this is a quick and easy journal. And what I did when I made my signature, I put an outside cover on it of pretty heavy cardstock. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue that cardstock in place. But first I want to line up the journal on both sides. And I'm not worried too much about it sticking out anywhere because I am going to be putting some trim down. Okay. And I'm doing this with wet glue, and simply because wet glue is a little more forgiving. And I'm going to put the wet glue on the substrate. I just filled this so it's coming out quite a lot. Quite easily. It's flowing. And so I don't get the little spaghetti lines. Okay, and you'll notice I never creased the spine. I simply kind of molded it around the signature. Putting on one side at a time, moving the papers to the other side. And then lining this up. Getting rid of the excess. And over here, I need to get rid of the excess. Okay. Now is when I start to get a little more crisp with the journal, but I'm still not taking my bone folder because I really want it just to mold around on its own. Keep pushing at it, tugging it to cover those papers. Whoops, kind of bent that. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. Let's look at the inside. And here's the bag. I'm going to cut a little sliver off the bottom to open it up. Serve as a pocket. Envelope. Already cut that. A little bag. Other side of the bag. And there. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make a little closure. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab some leftover paper. And I'm going to cut a piece. It's going to be about a 2-inch. Let's make it even more. This is probably about 2.5 inches. Yes. 2.5 inches, and we'll make it by 1.5. I'm going to take some moss called forest moss. Kind of a greenish brown. And actually, I think I'm going to make this a little thicker. I'm going to make it double-sided. Okay, and I'm going to round the corners. Whoop. Okay, now I also need a couple of I need 4 circles. Okay. And going to glue 2 of these together. I'll remove some of this stuff out of the way. Okay. Grab some green moss. Next thing, I forgot, I want to glue these together. Okay, so I'm going to place one of these here on the end with an eyelet. In that eyelet as well, I'm going to put some string. Okay, then I'm going to attach this, and I'm actually going to sew this, so I will be right back. Okay, and every place I'm sewing it, you can glue it. It doesn't have to be sewn. So just so you know that. And this one, I'm going to place about right here. I'm going to have to do that with a brad. Oh. Okie doke. So our closure looks something like this. And this frays quite a bit, so I'm going to put some glue on the end. You can take and burn the end, that works, but this is fine for me. Okay, that's the closure. And I want to put something to cover this. And what I think I'll make is a full pocket, a full page. And make a notch. Move some of these tools out of the way. Grab the green moss. Okay, and I'm going to put this little half piece on here. You won't be able to see it, but so that doesn't get stuck on whatever we put in the pockets. Just like that. And this is going to go here. This paper on the cover is from Tim Holtz Wildflowers. And I don't think they sell, I think it was discontinued in the 12 by 12. I'm sure you can still find it on places, in places. Well, I didn't cut that very straight, did I? Okay. And I have some offcuts on some little things that might be interesting. I could put it there. Could put it there to hide the weird cutting I did. So I'm going to try, I don't know if this is dried out, pretty much is. Try the blue. Oh, the blue's worse than... Oh, this stuff drives me crazy. I put cellophane in the top, but it doesn't work. This one's a little better. No, I highly don't recommend this metallic luster unless you use it like right away. I have it shipped to me when I bought it, and by the time I've gotten it, you know, they sent out hardened stuff that I had to replace, or they had to replace. Okay, one more color. And this one. Okay, maybe a little more in here. Alrighty now. And that's going to go right down there. And it always works best for me to just put little dots of glue when you have something that's intricately cut. Okay, and now that I've shown you the basic of a simple journal that you can make in about 15 minutes, that's all we're going to do on it. I am going to decorate it off camera, and I hope you try one. They're so easy to make. And they make a quick travel journal, easy to put in my pocket. What I end up doing is I'm going to put a clear, in the back, a clear holder. That's usually where I might put receipts and things, so that later in the evening when I'm working on my journal at the hotel or the campsite, I take those things out and put them in the journal. I also always take along with me a Sprocket printer. It's a small printer that I use when I travel, and they're so much fun because you can print your pictures right there, a few pictures for memories, and put them in your journal. And they're about, I think you can get them on sale for about $70. The film isn't cheap, but it's not, it's like 30 cents a picture, which to me is worth it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this quick, simple journal. It's mostly for beginners. If you haven't tried anything like this, it's very easy to make. Anyway, you have a great one. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.